Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight and happy Earth Day. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, thousands marching across the country for science in 600 cities around the U.S. and all over the world, defending science from various things, including government budget cuts. U.S. scientists are concerned that President Trump's budget cuts will impact research and science-based policy. The organization says the march is the first step in a global movement to defend the vital role science plays in our health, safety, economies, and governments.
We are marching today to remind people everywhere, our lawmakers especially, of the significance of science for our health and prosperity. The process of science has enabled humankind to discover the laws of nature. This understanding has in turn enabled us to feed and care for the world's billions.
Well, my childhood says he knows a little bit about science, at least. Marches are being held in Ireland, Finland, Germany, Portugal, Tokyo, the Netherlands, and South Africa. And here on the Sun Coast, over 100 people taking to the streets in Sarasota today to add their voices to the movement. The group marching from 5 Points Park to J.D. Hamel Park to raise awareness.
Nothing speaks the truth like science. We need science. It's what makes society move forward, and it's what keeps our country and our world civilized.
Especially lately, there's been a lot of energy in social justice movements and things like that in Sarasota, which has been great, and so that's why we brought it here. But it is happening all around the world, which is so cool to be part of something so big.
Event organizers say the march on the Capitol in Washington today and the National Women's March from earlier this year were both inspirations for today's demonstration. An update now on the wildfires plaguing Florida. Firefighters from Sarasota, Venice, and Northport were called to the scene of a 5,500-acre fire yesterday evening in Collier County. Crews worked through the night to combat those flames. So far, officials say the fire has caused the evacuation of 6,000 structures and destroyed 2 trailers, 2 vehicles, and several outbuildings. That fire has since been 100% contained. Meanwhile, investigators say the cause of a 400-acre wildfire in Lehigh Acres may have been caused by a lit cigarette likely tossed by a parent waiting for a school bus. That fire has destroyed 4 homes and several cars so far. Mandatory evacuations are in effect for more than 2,000 homes in that area.
Walk out the door and it hit me a wave of heat, and I look across it. Immediately, my attention was drawn across the street. It was up in flames.
And meanwhile, a 700-acre fire in Polk County has forced the evacuation of 800 homes. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Federal Emergency Management Agency has authorized federal funds to reimburse the cost of Florida to fight that fire. And we got a little bit of much-needed rain today, but can we expect any more? ABC 7's Wendy Ross with that update.
And Adam, relief. That's what we're seeing on this map right here. You can see the rains. It is coming in from the south, and most of this area from central to South Florida being covered by rainfall right now. Much-needed rains coming on through the area. Very light activity, however, so we haven't seen a lot in the way of very strong thunderstorms or showers. However, we did get a couple of places in Charlotte County and also through Lee County where we saw some heavier rains, as well as east of I-75 in Manatee and Sarasota County. And there's more to come. We do have some showers with a low pressure system that's down to the south. That low is going to continue to move over towards the Atlantic, crossing over the southern sections of Florida, and that will help to continue with these rain showers. So this is great news for us. Not enough to stop a drought, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. Adam?
Well, we will take all we can get. Thank you very much, Wendy. An arrest has been made today following the investigation into a shooting down in Englewood. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office say a man identified as Michael Murphy was shot around 11 p.m. Friday night on Huntington Avenue following an altercation with a convicted felon. Mark Meredith has now been arrested and charged in connection with that shooting. He is charged with attempted murder and possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. Murphy was flown to Blake Memorial Hospital in Bradenton. His injuries are not believed to be life-threatening at this time. A person missing for 2 months was found early Saturday morning at Nathan Benderson Park. According to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, deputies were notified last night about the individual via social media and the Suncoast Aquatic Nature Center Associates, or SANCA, staff at the park. Within 10 minutes of searching this morning, the man was located and transported to a local hospital for evaluation. He has been identified as Rodney Vincent. He was reported missing by the St. Petersburg police back in February. SPPD says his car was found earlier this year in Sarasota, and his family says that he suffers from depression. Well, dozens of organizations on the Suncoast are working together to support our veterans, many who recently contributed to the City of Sarasota's new homeless crisis response plan adopted to help hundreds back onto their feet. ABC 7's Erica Jackson was at that veterans stand down and is here to tell us how it could be a step in the right direction. Erica?
Adam, officials from the Florida Housing Coalition presented its proposed homeless crisis response plan at Monday's Sarasota City Commission meeting. The city is working with the organization to find permanent housing for chronically homeless adults. The report finds the city already has a high level of community contribution and financial investment into the fight against homelessness. The plan prioritizes the need to help homeless veterans specifically and create one-on-one contact. More than 160 homeless veterans received individual help. More than 160 veterans received individual help at today's stand down. Dozens of organizations there are helping veterans take advantage of resources like employment, legal, medical, and VA benefits and housing services.
It's an event for homeless to come down and be able to take advantage of maybe getting some needed supplies, whether it's a pair of socks or some food, both, a pair of boots. Just things to help get through everyday life.
Today's event was for all veterans, including those with permanent housing. Legal aid was also available, and some veterans were able to help clear their records of misdemeanors. And coming up tonight at 11, we'll talk to a veteran and find out why he believes living in Sarasota is not ideal for homeless veterans. Adam, back to you.
All right, a great cause, and Erica, thank you very much for that report. Well, it's a new incident on an airplane causing outrage when during a flight out of San Francisco on Friday, witnesses say a flight attendant crossed the line while dealing with a passenger. ABC's Adrian Bankert has the video.
Millions of views online. It's yet another case of an onboard confrontation involving passengers, now going viral. This time, the antagonism is on an American Airlines flight in California.
You can't use violence with baby. Just give me back my stroller, please.
At issue, officials say the mother tried to bring her double-wide stroller onto the plane and down the single aisle. A flight attendant told her she needed to gate check it. When she did not, he took it away.
I was very upset and grabbed it and just pulled it and yanked it off, sort of violently yanked it.
A baby almost got hurt. That's what just fired me up.
Other passengers like Tony Fierro say the employee was violent with the stroller, nearly hitting the woman and her child.
What's the guy's name that did that with the stroller?
Minutes later, when the man gets back on board, Fierro gets up again.
Hey, bud, you do that to me and I'll knock you flat.
Stay out of there.
American Airlines quickly issuing an apology, saying we are deeply sorry for the pain we have caused this passenger and her family. The actions of our team member captured here do not appear to reflect patience or empathy, two values necessary for customer care. Most air carriers, including American Airlines, do not allow strollers in the cabin. This new outrage comes just 2 weeks after United Airlines had to publicly apologize after video surfaced of a passenger being dragged off a flight. The woman in this case, who was traveling from Argentina, took another flight, and the airline upgraded her and her family to first class. The staffer now grounded on paid leave during an investigation. Adrian Bankert, ABC News, New York.
And still to come here on ABC 7, locals walking the walk, cleaning up the Suncoast in celebration of Earth Day. And a look at the president's progress so far, Donald Trump responding to doubters as he approaches a benchmark he set on the campaign trail.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
The countdown is nearing the end of President Trump's first 100 days in office. Can he fulfill some major campaign promises like health care and tax reform? The president had vowed action and accomplishments in his first 100 days, but now he is calling the benchmark ridiculous. ABC's David Wright is in Washington with more.
Earth Day brought out Americans by the tens of thousands, braving the rain in Washington, D.C.
Less invasion! More equation!
Coast to coast, from New York to L.A., and in 60 different countries around the world, the March for Science celebrated scientific achievement and protested some of the policies of the Trump administration.
The policies of the administration are so dangerous.
The president made no mention of the rallies during his first visit to Walter Reed Hospital today.
So I heard about this and I wanted to do it myself.
Where he awarded the Purple Heart to Sergeant First Class Alvaro Barrientos, recently injured in Afghanistan. President Trump faces a big week as his first 100 days in office winds down. The president still hoping to put points on the board, teasing a major announcement ahead.
And we'll be having a big announcement on Wednesday having to do with tax reform.
But the tax plan comes during the threat of a government shutdown. Lawmakers have until midnight Friday to pass a spending plan. Democrats have signaled they may not vote for a budget that undermines the Affordable Care Act or that includes his famous border wall.
We're going to have the wall. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. We're going to suspend immigration from terror-prone regions.
During the campaign, the president himself laid out what he hoped to accomplish in these first 100 days.
And the funny thing is Donald Trump is actually one that has set the bar on this. I think he's talked about it 17 or 18 different times about how successful his first 100 days was going to be.
All of which raises the pressure now. David Wright, ABC News, Washington.
Today marks the annual celebration of Earth Day, which celebrates and raises awareness about the environment. The first Earth Day was held in 1970, which helped to generate support for the EPA and many other environmental laws. Some ways you can do your part and celebrate the earth is using less plastic and reducing waste in landfills, and also conserving natural resources by recycling. And keeping up with the spirit of Earth Day, the country's largest community involvement program kicked off on the Sun Coast today. Over 20,000 locations in Sarasota County were available for the community to volunteer and keep the area clean. 20 locations, pardon me. Organizers of the cleanup say 700 people signed up for the event to clean beaches, parks, and the sides of roads.
I think everybody has a responsibility to make sure that we take care of the planet, and we hope that people would practice the idea of pack in and pack out, but every now and then things do blow out. So it's just important to make sure we're keeping things clean for everybody to enjoy.
And it doesn't just stop on Earth Day. More cleanups are scheduled over the next few months in Sarasota County. To learn how you can volunteer, you can visit this website listed on your screen, scgov.net/KSCB. And in perfect celebration of Earth Day, rain, much needed rain today.
Wasn't it great?
Yeah,
It was great.
But we need a little more, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. We only have 6/100ths of an inch of rain today. That's all we're recording, 6/100ths of an inch of rain. So that is certainly not breaking any records, of course, but we are seeing those rain showers come in, and we have a low pressure system to our south, and that's what's helping to generate the rains that we're seeing right here along the Sun Coast. Some of those rains are continuing at this hour, and we're going to see some more rain coming on in throughout the evening. You can see where it's coming from, which is south of Cuba, or south, just to the north of Cuba, is where this low pressure system is, and it's going to start to track across the southern part of our state and move out into the Atlantic over the next 24-hour period. So in the meantime, we're starting to see all of this moisture generated along the west coast of Florida, and that has allowed us to see rains that develop during the afternoon hours for us, with the heaviest showers east of I-75 in Manatee and Sarasota County, and also in Charlotte and Lee County, well to our south. We've been seeing the strongest storms there. So what we're looking at now is we're going to start to see some of this patchy rain, and that's going to be with us throughout the rest of this evening. And what we are looking at today is just 6/100ths of an inch of rainfall that officially fell at the airport. For today, because of all the cloud cover, we only got up to a high of 84 degrees, and we've been seeing those temperatures much warmer over the last couple of days, but those clouds help to keep things down. We're still above what we're supposed to be for this time of the year, which is 82 degrees. But last night we got down to 63, which is normal for this time of the year. And right now, temperatures around the state are mostly in the 80s. Down to the south in Fort Myers, it's a little bit cooler, where they have been getting plenty of rain throughout the day. And of course, for our area, most of the rain has been taking place at the coastline, and we've seen some heavier showers east of I-75, and then we're not getting as much rain, and as a result, we're seeing warmer temperatures in places like Sebring and Lake Placid. So right now at the airport, we are still getting some showers, 75 degrees for us, our humidity at 82%, dew points are up as well, and that's going to allow for more rain to develop for the rest of tonight. Winds are coming in out of the south-southeast, so we're not seeing a whole lot of wind with this system, but that's that low pressure area, and you can see that it's moving on up towards the northeast. This is where the heaviest rains are expected to be, and notice that this takes place during the early morning hours on Sunday. We're going to be seeing some spotty activity, not so much, and then we get the cold front coming in. In advance of that cold front, winds are going to be coming in out of the southwest. That helps to develop some showers for us during the afternoon hours. Then that front comes on through for Monday, and during the morning hours on Monday, we could see another batch of some rain. So we've got some possibilities in the forecast. That's good, and this is what we can expect over the next several days. So we've got a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, a 30% chance of showers on Monday morning, and then breezy conditions as the temperatures cool off with that cold front moving on through. Adam?
Now, sports.
Well, up or down has been the best way to describe the Rays through their first 18 games. They've won 3 straight in 2 of their 5 series so far, but they've also lost 3 straight in 2 others. Last night's loss to the Astros was the start of a 3-game homestand against Houston. Tampa Bay flashed the leather with their $1 million man in center field, Kevin Kiermaier, making that look easy. They also brought some power with them. Corey Dickerson, Logan Morrison, and Evan Longoria each with a home run, bringing the team total to 23. That is 4th best in the MLB so far this year. We'll see if any of that can help the Rays break that first game's curse that has plagued them so far. They are currently down 1-0 in the top of the third. And a scary moment in a division matchup today between the Twins and Tigers. That's Detroit outfielder Jacoby Jones hit in the face by a 90-mile-per-hour pitch. Jones attended to by team doctors, and eventually he is able to get up and leave on his own 2 feet. But 2 innings later, Matthew Boyd throwing behind Minnesota's Miguel Sano, possibly retaliation, and Sano does not appreciate it, shoving catcher James McCann hard, and the benches are going to clear. Emotions were very high, but no punches thrown. Sano and Boyd both ejected, and Detroit would end up winning that game. NBA playoffs, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, nailed that one. The Greek Freak leading the higher-seeded Raptors after 3 games, but DeMar DeRozan taking it right at the big man there for a tough reverse layup and one. And oh, there it is. Sorry, DeRozan right there, taking it right to Giannis for that reverse layup and one. Later on, actually next Bucks possession, it's Giannis taking it over 3 Raptors defenders, puts Milwaukee up by 3. Later on a fast break, Antetokounmpo taking on DeRozan one-on-one, and he would slam it home, giving the fans the snarl afterwards. But it's the Raptors who get the last laugh. They win on the road and even that series at 2. And the NBA will be taking a closer look at an incident between a fan and player from last night. Houston guard Patrick Beverley seemed upset with this fan sitting courtside after he fell towards the seats following a layup. It's tough to tell in this angle exactly what took place or started that exchange, but Beverley would find that fan after the game and get into another heated conversation. He would have to be pulled away by a fellow teammate, and during practice today, he told reporters that the Rockets are taking care of it, and he'll speak after that investigation is complete. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
How much do you know about your dog? I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, Canine Corral tests our knowledge about common canine myths. We'll see how many we know and how it's affecting our dogs. Do you find you're not getting enough sleep? Dr. Jenny Wilkins has some tips to make our sleeping hours more effective. Plus, our beauty expert will be with us with some eco-friendly Earth Day products.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true, you may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
The rebirth of Colonel Sanders continues. Actor Rob Lowe has been chosen as the KFC's next Colonel to debut its new Zinger sandwich. Now, Lowe may seem like an unusual candidate to play the elderly, fictitious Colonel Harlan Sanders, but KFC has been enlisting various stars to don the white suit, including Billy Zane, Jim Gaffigan, Norm Macdonald, George Hamilton, and Daryl Hammond. And it was a new kind of recycling in Bradenton today, the Teen Recycled Fashion Show happening up there, where fashion designers and models between the ages of 13 and 19 years showed off some unique ideas and looks. You may have noticed this isn't recycling clothes, it's using those recycled materials like milk cartons, plastic bottles, trash cans, newspapers to create some pretty stunning outfits. We spoke with some of those young designers who say they used inspiration from their own lives to create those designs.
A lot of work goes into it, and we had a lot of brainstorming ideas, and some of them didn't work out as well as the others. So her mom was like, how about we do cheerleading? We're like, oh, we both love cheerleading. Like, that sounds like a great idea. So we chose cheerleading.
How do you pick a winner in such a unique contest? Well, judges say it was based on creativity, presentation, and the use of those recycled materials. Pretty unique.
I think that's what. How did some of them get through the door?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's probably a two-piece deal. You gotta
No
set them up backstage and then work
That's
from there.
amazing.
Where's the guys line? I'm looking to update
It's
for
coming.
spring.
It's coming. I think that's a great idea.
So
That's a great idea.
Maybe a newspaper pocket square, modest.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve.
Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.